Welcome to Big Boof Bets. It's the Get That Money Podcast, Super Wildcard Edition. I am Nate Stevenson, and as always, I am joined by Mr. Big Boofy Skirman and Mr. Tony T-Bone Guarino. How is everybody doing after what I hope was a profitable Week 18?
Week 18 was profitable, so I'm doing good. And then you just gave me a little extra juice here with that playoff. Oh, yeah, baby. Like, I'm feeling great now, man. Let's do it.
That's right, baby. That's right. How about you, Toad? You ready to jump in the party?
Oh, yeah. Playoffs indeed. I mean, the account's flush. Good week last week. Beer fridge is looking flush for the weekend. I'm excited, man. Let's just get at it. Boof, recap them locks.
Locks went 8-4 last week. Winners were the Texans plus 10.5. WFT -7, Ravens and Steelers under 41.5. Ravens and Steelers first half under 21. Bengals and Browns under 38. Seahawks +7, 49ers +4, and the Dolphins +6.5 via Twitter. Losers were the Chiefs first half -6.5. Bears +6, which screw them. They had that under control pretty early in the game there and blew it like classic Bears fashion.
Oh, yeah. Whole game. Fourth quarter collapse. Freaking Bears.
In our defense, we did throw up in our mouths when we put that in there. So lesson learned. Not that I didn't already know that lesson. I just, oh well.
Yep. In just so has a Boof, they threw up in the fourth quarter. So, it kind of worked out.
Yep. Patriots and Dolphins under 40. We were just wrong on that one. And then Chargers -3. Also worth noting that props went 5-0 last week. So as always, make sure you are following us on all social media platforms to make sure you're getting winners like that at Big Boof Bets. And then it is season win total recap time. We went 6-4 this year, so not quite as good as last year's undefeated run. But our winners were the Lions. Well, these are all season win totals here. So the Lions under 5.5, Packers over 10, Rams over 10.5, the Bucks over 11.5, Jaguars under 6.5, and the Titans over 9. And then our losers were the Vikings over 8.5, Browns over 10.5, Bengals under 6.5, and the Chargers over 9.5. Now, two of those are like, all right, it was pretty close with the Vikings and Chargers. And then the Browns and Bengals just got them way off on them this year. I expected way more out of the Browns. And the Bengals have arrived a little earlier than expected. So that's kind of my takeaway from there. But still winning picks there, going 60%.
That's good. Not too bad.
Now that'll bring our total on the year up to 90, 83, and 5 with a 52.02% success rate. Bring on the playoffs, baby.
Keep climbing.
All right, well, let's dive right into it. We'll start with the Saturday games. The first of those is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are laying 4.5, and your over-under is 49.
This one started at +6 for the Raiders. I obviously liked it more then. If you made me, I would still take the Raiders here. I think they have been playing playoff-style football the last couple weeks here, with their playoff ticket on the line. So they've been in some high-pressure games. I think they're battle-tested. I think teams like that, in particular in the wild card round, traditionally show up. And I think the Raiders have just been punching above their weight class pretty much since Gruden left. And they've cost me a little bit earlier in the year, but at some point I got to tip my cap to them and say they're playing some pretty good ball. I'm also a fan of the under in this game. Joe Burrow coming off of a knee injury. How good is he going to be with the Bengals? And then I just think both of these defenses are a little bit underrated and don't get quite enough love. And 49 is a little bit of a higher number. So I like under 49, and I would lean with the Raiders plus 4.5.
Definitely feel you on the total there, Boof. First time these two teams played, it was 32-13. earlier this year when the Bengals traveled to Las Vegas. But honestly, even the final score is a little deceiving there. It was 13-6 Cincinnati going into the fourth quarter before a explosion of points there. 19 for the Bengals and another garbage touchdown, or I should say not another, but a garbage touchdown for the Raiders to bring it to the final score. So it was way, way under this total going into the fourth quarter. So love the under 49. And I still think the Bengals are clearly the better team here. And the fact that they basically had a bye week last week with getting to rest their starters and handled the Raiders in Las Vegas earlier this year. I like laying the points of the Bengals here, but 4.5, though it seems to be trending in my favor, meaning since I want to lay the points of the Bengals. So I think I'm going to wait a little later in the week. And if I get a 4 or less, I might pull the trigger on that. So definitely like the Bengals. I'd offered a pizza box Boofy with it, but he'll probably just wimp out since he doesn't want to make his pizza box record any worse than it is. And I got to talk a little bit smack, Boof, a little bit.
Screw it, man. You want to do it? I'll take the Raiders. I'll ride or die.
You want to do it? You know what? I will. I'll be so nice. I will give you what's probably going to be a worse number for me and give you the CLV. So,
yeah, whatever, dude. You've already had it go in your favor a full 1.5. So let's not spin out a bunch of bullcrap here to the people.
All right, man. Let's pizza box.
4.5 is very forgiving for you.
I will pizza box to 4.5. But more importantly, you down to lock 49 there, baby.
Pizza box and a lock all in the same game. That's how you know it's 2022 here in the NFL playoffs.
That's what we like, baby. Let's lock it in and get that money.
All right, so our other super wild card, super Saturday game is the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills laying 4, and you're over-under at 44.
Yeah, definitely not overthinking this one here. We're circling the wagons. We're laying it with the Bills. Boofy, take it away, baby.
I agree. I'm also going to circle the wagons. I think the Patriots are getting a little bit too much, it's Bill Belichick and it's the playoffs and Patriots are somehow going to find a way, rah, rah, rah. I think there's way too much of that crap going on. This is going to be Mac Jones playing in 10-degree weather. This isn't the SEC, baby. This is Orchard Park up in Buffalo where we circle wagons and whoop butt. Okay? So give me the Bills -4. The second game that they played, which was not in 50-mile-an-hour wind conditions, the Bills won by double digits. I expect a similar result in this one. And let's go ahead and lock that in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money. Circle the wagons.
Okay, let's take it to Super Sunday now. We'll start things there with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks laying 8. You're over-under at 45.5.
My first instinct on this one was to lay it with the Buccaneers. I think the strength of the Eagles offensively is their running game, and they're going right into the teeth of a defense that really doesn't let anybody run on them. So I really like the matchup for the Bucs here. I think they could not have gotten a better one for their first round. And I understand they're out Godwin and Antonio Brown and stuff, but I still expect them to keep rolling on offense. I like the Bucs here. I would lay the points. And I know Nate has some good points for the under, which I'll let him explain, but I do like the under as well.
Yeah, Boof, I feel you. That was, initial knee jerk for me as well, was a lay with the Bucs, but I'm not as confident there just with the injuries the Bucs have on offense and more importantly, the weather situation, which can be a great equalizer. And that's what leads me to like both the full game under and the first half under of 23.5. They are calling for 22, 30-mile-per-hour winds and heavy rain in Tampa Bay. So obviously, the type of stuff that hugely affects offensive play. And you have a team in the Eagles that likes to run the ball. That should keep the clock moving. You have a team in Tampa Bay who pretty good against the run. So it should keep a lot of points off, keep the Eagles from scoring too much. And also Tampa Bay with having less weapons through the air, wouldn't surprise me. They run the ball a little bit more as well with Fournette, and that's not even taking into account the weather, which should also force them to run the ball a little bit more. So a lot of stuff pointing towards less points. I'd like to avoid any potential late game hijinks that could happen with the teams going into desperation mode, trying to do anything they can to keep their season alive. So I think we're just going to go with the first half under of 23.5 in terms of what I think is my best bet. And are you on board to join me there, Boof?
I think so. We're expecting, rain and a lot of wind down here, correct?
20 to 30 mile per hour winds and heavy rain.
Yeah, sign me up, baby. First half under 23.5. Let's lock that in.
Oh, yeah, lock it in. Get that money.
All right, moving on. We have the San Francisco 49ers at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys laying 3.5, and you're over-under at 51.
I just think this is a really bad matchup for Dallas. You have a team in San Francisco that is good against the run, can run the ball very well, and if need be, can score points through the air. And conversely, Dallas is vulnerable defensively against the run and has been somewhat struggling to score points offensively for the latter half of the season. The 49ers getting 3 points here is just it's 3.5 points. I absolutely love that. So give me the Niners with the 3.5. And as far as the total, I also really like under 51. San Francisco's games have gone under that total 5 in a row. And Dallas, if you ignore the game against the Eagles scout team last week, the Dallas games have gone under that total in 8 of their last 10 games. So under 51, we love that as well. And Boof, hoping you're going to join me on the double lock train.
Well, Nate, I think I am going to join you on the double lock train. I think you gave an excellent explanation for the case for the under 51 points. And then, again, I think this is another case where San Francisco has already been playing for their playoff lives coming in. I agree with you. I think this is a good matchup for San Francisco and a team that Dallas does not want to see. I think the Niners have a better coach. And frankly, I just expect Dallas to find a way to screw this up. I mean, they still need to get over that mentally as well. So I got the team that I think is going to win the game, and you're going to give me 3 points, 3.5 points. Yeah, give me the Niners with the points, and I'm also going to get on board with the under. Can't ignore the data that you shared there. So I'm on board with both, and let's lock those in.
Oh, yeah, double lock. Get that money.
All right, so the Super Sunday night matchup is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs laying 12.5, and you're over-under at 46.5.
All right, it pains me to say this as a Steelers fan because typically I would just pass and say I'm rooting for the Steelers and I don't want anything to get in my way. But I think the Chiefs are too good of a pick here to pass up. I'm going to take the Chiefs first half minus 6.5. Little nugget that one of our loyal listeners shared with us. When the Steelers have played a top 15 quarterback, this is based off of QBR, they were 2-7 this year. And anybody below that, they were 7-0-1. So the Steelers have kind of feasted against the lower quarterbacks in the NFL. Obviously, former MVP Patrick Mahomes is not that. And the way it went down in the first game, the Steelers got shut out in the first half. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. The Chiefs were actually up 23-0 at the half and just cruised in the second half. So I really don't see it changing. As a Steelers fan, I hope it does, but I just don't see that being the case. I think the Chiefs come out and whoop them. So give me the Chiefs first half minus 6.5.
Boof, I'd like you to join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. We, being that Ben's career is about to die, figured it was only appropriate. And, what a better way to go out than against the new GOAT and the best team ever. ever. the best team ever.
Hey.
Besides the Steelers, of course.
Chiefs!
Oh, Boof. Boof, if you are willingly picking against the Steelers, I know it's a good bet. I mean, you I didn't even get to throw it out. You're just like, man, Chiefs minus 6.5, man. Damn it. It's too good to pass up. I mean, wow. If you're doing it, I don't even need to sell it because everybody knows that it pains you to do this. So
especially in the playoffs, man.
Especially in the playoffs. So yeah, there's not even much more I even need to add. Chiefs minus 6.5. I mean, the Steelers don't score in the first half. They suck on the road. The Chiefs blew them out the first time. They're going to blow them out again. Patrick Mahomes is 2-0 against the Steelers with 9 career touchdown passes and like 700 and some yards. He just kills the Steelers. I mean, he does it to a lot of people, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't. So it's been a good run, Big Ben. Thank you. I wish
it really has been a good run. I think it's worth saying that.
Indeed. I wish he'd take Mike Tomlin with him, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
I'll let Nate say that by himself.
But I'm with you, Boovie. Chiefs minus 6.5. First half. Lock it in. Get that money.
All right. Well, it wouldn't be a super wild card weekend without the first ever Monday Night Football playoff game, which will be the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams laying 3.5, and you're over-under at 49.5.
Very tempted to take the Cardinals here, but the thing that's going to stop me from that is crashing Cliff Kingsbury. So I'm not going to, but my reasons for wanting to are that the Cardinals have been a much better team on the road, and they have already won in LA once this year. And on top of that, the Rams with Matt Stafford, or should I say Matt Stafford in particular, is just doesn't have a good career record against teams with winning records. And that even goes, and I know, he played with the Lions. Okay, I get that. Even if you just take his record with the Rams against teams with winning records, he's under 500 this year. So those reasons, I really want to take the Cardinals, but Cliff actually didn't start crashing early enough to not make the playoffs. So I'm just going to wait and see what he actually does in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm passing. I just don't trust either team here. I think they're both capable of playing great football, and they're both capable of playing crappy football. I agree. If you made me, I would take the points just because if I feel like that, I'll take the team that's getting over a field goal. But ultimately, I pass.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this super wild card weekend. So, Boof, why don't you go ahead and recap those locks?
All right. We got 6 locks this week. They are the Bengals and Raiders under 49, Bills minus 4, Bucks and Eagles first half under 23.5, the 49ers plus 3.5, Cowboys and 49ers under 51, and the Chiefs minus 6.5 in the first half. And that means it is time for the wild card edition of Parlays for the People.
Yes, baby. It is that time. It is the super wild card edition of Parlays for the People. And we're going to do our best for everybody this week. We don't got as many games, but we'll do our best to get those odds up there. Maybe we can at least take a half a year off of work. We'll see what we can do.
This is like the, spend 6 weeks at the beach parlay.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we got the big guy, 12 legs. We're going to go Cincy money line. We're going to go Las Vegas and Cincy under 49.5. Joe Burrow under 262.5 passing. And just for all those who didn't know, Burrow went under 100. I believe he went for $148 actually. The first time they played in Vegas. So we like him to go under 262.5 passing. Mixon, conversely, went well over 100 yards rushing in that game as well. So we're going to go Joe Mixon over 74.5 rushing. And then we're moving on. We're going to go Bills minus 4. And New England and Buffalo under 55.5. Tampa Bay money line. Philly and Tampa Bay first half under 23.5. San Francisco money line. San Francisco Dallas under 51. KC first half minus 6.5. And Arizona plus 8.5. And that is a 12-leg parlay for plus 39,023. So $100 bet will win you just under 40K. And for those of you who are wondering, this was using the same game parlay plus feature, which is new on FanDuel, which means you can, anything that's under the same game parlay tab on any game, you can put into one big parlay. So I've definitely been trying to utilize that a lot because we all know I like to just stack, and watch the units grow. So that's how we came up with that first guy. And then moving on, we're going to tier that down a little bit. We're going to go, still going to keep Cincy money line, and we're going to go Las Vegas Cincy under 55.5. We're going to get rid of the Burrow and Mixon player props. And we're going to go Bills money line. We're going to keep New England Buffalo under 55.5. Tampa Bay money line. Philly Tampa Bay first half under 23.5. We're going to go San Francisco plus 8.5. San Francisco Dallas under 57.5. And we're going to keep the first half KC first half spread of minus 6.5. And also keep the Arizona plus 8.5. So with the changes that we have made to that first parlay, we're now at 10 legs and plus 4,322. So $100 bet when you just over $4,300. And lastly, our get out of jail free parlay. 7 legs. Las Vegas Cincy under 55.5. New England Buffalo under 55.5. Buffalo money line. Philly at Tampa Bay first half under 23.5. Obviously, we really like that one. San Francisco plus 8.5. San Francisco Dallas under 57.5. And KC first half money line. Going to be a little safer here. Just KC first half money line. That's 7 legs plus $9.95 on your get out of jail free parlay, which last week missed by 1 leg thanks to the Los Angeles Chargers not getting it done in OT. So almost ended the regular season with a nice little paycheck there. So hopefully we can start the playoffs off on the right foot here, Boof.
Hey, amen, baby. As always, thank you for sharing. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Big Boof Bets. And best of luck to everybody. And let's get that money.
Oh, yeah. Get that money. Go Steelers. Back up.